Hello friends, I am Payal, your own study abroad expert. Now in this video, I'm going to talk about GRE exam. This is Graduate Record Examination. So a lot of students are confused whether they should write GRE or not. In fact, जब बहुत लोग बाहर जाने का सोचते हैं तो बहुत सारे एग्जाम्स हैं IELTS, PT, TOEFL, GRE, GMAT तो कंफ्यूज हो जाते हैं वो कौन सा एग्जाम ले। तो इस वीडियो में हम बताएंगे कि GRE एग्जाम किन किन को लेना चाहिए और GRE एग्जाम का पैटर्न क्या है। So we're going to tell you some important things about that. So GRE exam is usually taken for students who are aspiring to do masters, especially in United States of America. And so do you think all the universities need GRE exam? Well, it is not compulsory if you want to take your masters in different courses like masters in mechanical engineering or electrical engineering. But yes, if you're planning to do your masters in computer science, then it is mandatory in almost every university in United States. And if you want to do your masters in data science or data analytics, then some universities have given GRE waiver and some universities they need GRE as a compulsory document. So you need to write GRE if you want to apply into some universities like San Jose State University. Then if you want to do computer science in Arizona State University and a lot of others, you need to write GRE along with an English exam. That could be IELTS or TOEFL. So during COVID, a lot of universities had given waiver for GRE exam, but now if you see a lot of universities, they are not giving waivers anymore because COVID is gone, so you have to write all the exams. So before I go forward, I would request you to listen to this video till the end because I'm going to cover some important preparation tips and which are the important sections that you need to focus while you're preparing for GRE exam. So if you do not listen to the video till the end, probably you'll miss an important update. And if you've not subscribed to our channel till now, please subscribe to our channel right now so that you don't miss all these latest updates as we are posting video every alternate day. Now coming back to the GRE exam, it has three sections. You have analytical writing, which has two tasks, argument essay and issue essay. Then you have, quantitative reasoning and you have verbal reasoning. So the GRE exam is for about 340 points. So 170 points is for your quantitative reasoning and 170 points is for verbal reasoning. So the quantitative reasoning has two sections, which is for 35 minutes each and 20 questions each. So you would get 70 minutes for 40 questions. This quantitative section is purely based on mathematics and it's test on the abilities of the test takers, proficiency in different areas like data analysis, arithmetic, algebra and geometry. So as you can see in the pie chart here, you would get about 30% questions from arithmetic, 30% from algebra, 25% from data analysis. So data analysis includes your statistics, probability, permutations, and all those kind of chapters where you will be given data and you'll have to analyze the data, extract the information and give your answers. And the remaining is going to be your geometry, which is around 15%. So geometry would include everything from triangles, polygons, circles, and mixed geometry and coordinate geometry, everything. When you talk about arithmetic and algebra, then you have everything from linear equations, quadratic, ratio, proportion, then you have profit and loss, percentages, rate and work. So these are all the topics that you've done in your junior classes like 9th and 10th. But obviously the level is a little different. It's a little harder and definitely you will have to practice a lot to get a good score. And it's very easy to get a good score in quantitative reasoning because a lot of questions are formula based, and if you know your concepts well and if you're good in mathematics and you can really get better, you can make it your strength and get a really good score. And in fact our students have got as much as 168 out of 70 as well, and some of them couple of them have even got the full score, which is quite feasible in quantitative reasoning because it's all based on formulae and it is all based on application of the concepts that you learn unlike verbal reasoning where it's a little hard at times, and in fact verbal reasoning of GRE is harder than what it is for GMAT, because you need to get good with your concepts in vocabulary. So let's talk about verbal reasoning. You get 60 minutes to complete two sections, which has 40 questions. So you have 20 questions each in each sections. And so we have majorly three important question types. You have reading comprehension, sentence equivalence, and text completion. So the 50% weightage is of reading comprehension, which is a very important question type. I mean, which is a very important topic in your verbal reasoning, and 25% is what you get for text completion, and the rest 25 is for sentence equivalence. So this section, verbal reasoning, basically analyzes and evaluates how you interpret the data given. When you have reading comprehension, you have to read passages and extract the information, and it's not that easy because you get a lot of implied or implicit questions. Not all questions are explicit, which are clearly given. They in fact a lot of them are implicit. So all these concepts we're going to learn in the upcoming videos on what kind of questions you get in these sections, and recognize the relationship between the words, concepts, and mark the right answer. So this is a little hard because a lot of complex words are also used in passages, in text completions, and tense equivalence. So a lot of people they focus a lot on vocabulary, which is good, but too much focus on vocabulary is not good, because then you are spending all your time there. In fact, exams where you have options given, so you should always try to understand how the word is used in context, in that particular part in a passage or in a sentence, and you should try to derive the meaning, because not all the words are used in the same way as the literal meaning. So you have to read the whole sentence, you have to understand how the word is used in that sentence, and then with respect to that understanding you have to mark the right answer. So learning a lot of new words helps, but again, as I said, don't spend a lot of time, that because we've seen students who spend months and months in just cramming the meanings of the words, and their focus goes completely away from the actual preparation or focusing on other parts of the exam. So that is not a good practice. Now the next section we're talking about is analytical writing, where you are graded on the scale of 0 to 6, and you have these two tasks, issue essay and argument essay. So you have, I mean, you'll be given some questions, and you will have to write paragraphs on that. So the scores of analytical writing are not included in your GRE scores, but it is very important for many B schools or for many colleges, because through this analytical writing task, the the people who are evaluating your scores would probably be able to get a good idea on how you address a topic, on your writing skills, on your thought process, on how you take your stand, and what kind of arguments you give to support or go against it. So therefore many colleges give a lot of importance to your AWA, analytical writing scores. Now let's try to understand how the evaluation of the analytical writing task happens, and if you know that, you'll be able to probably work on this area and not make those mistakes. So you would get a score of 1 if you've written irrelevant content and you've been like really confused about the topic, you have not addressed it correctly. You would get a score of 2 if you have problem with the language, you made a lot of grammatical errors, you've not connected your words properly, and you've not analyzed the topic properly. You would get a score of 3 if you've given limited analysis and you've not organized your points properly. So because of weak organization, you will only land up with a 3. But if you've given good analysis and you've used reasonable, decent vocabulary, you will get a 4. And if you've written brilliantly with really competent, analysis, and used really good vocabulary, good words, and there's a lot of clarity in what you've written, you will get yourself a 5. So although it's little difficult to get a 6, but yes, if you've written a really focused and organized essay, everything is perfect, your writing is good, you've used really good words, you've connected nicely, you could even get yourself a 6. So based on these evaluation criteria. Probably you could always analyze your writings, and you could grade your own self as well. So in GRE, you always have a research section and an unscored section, but you never come to know that those questions are being graded or they are a part of your research and unscored section. So if there are few questions which you're a little confused with and you've got stuck with, do not panic, just go ahead. Maybe they're a part of your actual quantitative reasoning section, or maybe they're part of your research or unscored section. We do not know. So do not really stop if you are not able to get something. Just go ahead, because you never know, the next question is a bit easier, and probably the next question is going to be from a topic that you really know well. So we cannot waste a lot of time. So while you're preparing for GRE, you always have to set a timeline on how much time you want to give to the to each question, so that you can balance out everything nicely. So I hope this video was useful, and if you have any comments, please feel free to drop in the comment section, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. We'll make the video on the topic that you want us to make on. And do not forget to subscribe to us now, because you can see every alternate day we are posting a video, and you're getting a lot of latest updates, not only on the courses and the countries, but also on different competitive exams. So that will give you a lot of clarity, and you'll be able to pursue your international dreams accordingly. You will be able to take the right path. So in the upcoming videos, we would talk more about these exams, and we're also going to have a video on the preparation guide of GRE, which is going to follow next. So stay tuned in with us, subscribe to us today. Thank you.